Okay, so the future of SEO. Let's talk about what it is today. What it is today, it's unpredictable. You really don't have any control over where you're going to appear. I mean, at the end of the day, the way that you gain, if you will, relevance on the web, if you use keywords as an example, is that there's a certain number of keywords that you can optimize your site around. Typically anywhere from 6 to 12%, depending on how much page content you've got on your web. So you can see very quickly that there's a limitation to the number of keywords that you can actually get your site found in the organic section of the web. And that is a very unclear science. Sometimes you appear, sometimes you don't. And it's a non-stop process because your competitors are constantly trying to one-up you, if you will, to use the keywords that you're using, to use your name, to use all these different strategies to game the system to get better organic placement. So as a result, it becomes a little contrived. And then, of course, it's very manipulated from companies that will buy links for you. They may go to India and hire a company to actually build links that show you as a business, hey, you've got 1,000 links to your website. But unless those links to your website are relevant, meaning they're on qualified third-party sites that have meaningful relationship to your business, those links are worthless. They have no link juice. So, unpredictable, contrived, manipulated. The future? Managed, relevant, and authentic. That is the key. Authenticism is what the search engines want. After all, if you think about it, when you were in any kind of popularity contest, you think about, a voting system, people are voting on you. Or let me ask you a question. If you're considering a restaurant, would you actually want to depend on the links on some search engine, or would you rather hear somebody that's talking about it give you a personal recommendation? Personal recommendation. So the search engines are only mirroring what we really want in life, and that is taking the personal attitudes of people about businesses and applying it to the search engine algorithm. SEO components still work, but really it's us that gets that coup d'etat, if you will. Today, as you probably surmise, it's subjective. Everything about SEO is subjective today. It's keywords that you create as a business that defines your site. It's links that you generate internally and externally, whether it's through you or whether it's through a third-party company that's doing it for you, that are built by you. And the content is your blog. It's all content that you're spilling out into the web. So as a result, it's very subjective. The future, the ultimate authority, likes, reviews, and mentions. So that's where we're going, and in fact, that's where we are today. You see where the maps location is up here in the upper right-hand side? There's the sponsored search results. You can see them there in the light blue. The map is right here. In the olden days, the map used to actually appear directly beneath the sponsored search results with what they call the 7-pack just to the right of it. It's the local businesses in the local maps, and Eric, you can probably talk about this to some great extent, that have the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the 7 top businesses with them pointing to their location on the map. And last week, those businesses in the 7-pack were just simply a link and a link to their places page on Google, which was just no information. It was just, hey, they're there, click on it, and you have to go to the places page to learn more about the business, to actually see the URL for their website if they have one. Now look what's happened. They've moved the map up here, and I'm telling you, a lot of people are scratching their head in our industry because they're trying to figure out what Google's doing here. But I kind of have a feeling I know where it's going, and not that I'm all that. But I think a lot of people share my feeling, and that is, if you see here, now the 7-pack has been expanded. So when I'm searching for a bankruptcy attorney in Los Angeles, guess what? Now I'm starting to get Uber content in the 7-pack. So I, as a consumer, am actually able to make more informed decisions without even having to click on the organic search results. I actually have more information. And after all, what is the one thing that Google wants to do other than make more money than any of us ever imagined? At a $600 and some odd stock, obviously, they've done that. Can anybody tell me, what does Google want? They want relevant. They want what? When a searcher comes to their website to find something, what do they want them to do?
Stay on Google.
Stay on Google. Find it. Be there. So Google has that's their mission in life. I mean, hey, don't be evil is all great, but at the end of the day, Google wants you to find what you're looking for. So if they're improving their search experience, you're less likely to go over to a competitor search engine. So Google is starting to morph now, and we won't get into a lot of theory about where we think this is going to go. You have actually, you can't really see it, I apologize, but there are actually reviews embedded in these organic results. So now you see reviews right there. And you can click and you can go into more detail of the reviews, and you can see the Yelp and the City Search and the insider pages and all of that great stuff. Right there at your fingertips. Guess what happened to your great SEO? Do you guys know what the fold is? Okay, for those of you that don't know what the fold is actually the bottom of your computer screen. Okay, so when you're searching for something and you have to scroll down, you're scrolling below the fold. In the olden days, guess where the SEO results were? Your hard-earned work on organic placement for this area down here, that used to be right below the maps where you still got a good portion of organic in the view above the fold. So now this is pushing your hard-earned work down even further. So that basically gets us to the pros and cons of SEO. I'll go through this very quickly. Some people believe that there's lower cost in SEO, but I'll tell you right now that it's very hard work, time-consuming, and always changing. When you think you're done, you start over again. Organic is really good, it's important, but at the same time, let's put it into perspective so that we can set proper expectations. Limited keyword visibility, very difficult to guarantee where you show up. You miss out on tons of keyword potential searches because you're only able to grab so many keywords in your organic. But the great thing is that if you're following the new social media plan and you're actually following good white hat habits for SEO, it gives you a great deal of vote of confidence in the search user experience, and it does promote transparency. So the key thing here, limited exposure and hard to control and time consuming, but at the end of the day, if you're getting some visibility through organic, it's better than none. So it's always good to, SEO is, I think, that still forms the fundamentals. Who should use SEO? Everybody should use SEO. That's just it. Got to use SEO. We're going to move into PPC, and this is, we're almost done here. But first, let me actually share something with you I think is really important, and that is the buying funnel. If any of you have gone to marketing school or taken marketing classes, you've probably talked about the buying funnel. But it's really important to understand how this works in the user experience when they're ready to buy something so that you understand, again, to put SEO and PPC in their right place in your marketing plan. If you as a company are focusing on radio, billboards, newspaper, television, some degree, direct response mail, these are all areas of marketing that are at the top of the buying funnel, meaning that people are seeing your stuff, but maybe you're not catching them right when they're ready to buy. Okay, but you got to do it. It's important because it's part of, if you will, the overall net positive result of your marketing. So you got to keep doing that, but you have to understand where those marketing channels actually fall in the buying funnel. As you begin to go down into past the awareness phase, you begin to see that there's the next level of consideration when consumers are actually starting to consider maybe what you do as a company. And there's a particular type of strategy that we typically endorse for that area, which is social media. And SEO, of course, falls in there as well, but not as broad of coverage. And at the very bottom, the purchase phase, PPC, number one, direct response, taking over the Yellow Page book, or the directory books, I should say, and that is exactly where people are going. Now, when people see your billboard as they drive by and they think about it, when they actually decide that they need your service, they're going to search for it. They may remember the billboard, so it does help to bolster your marketing through that medium. Make sense? Okay, so in essence, PPC casts a wider net, and let me just give you an example of this. You can actually run pay-per-click campaigns for thousands of keywords, as opposed to relying on just a handful that you get organic exposure for. So let's just take a good example here of a cosmetic surgeon in Los Angeles, and I just picked this. I don't know who these folks are. I just picked this, and I'll tell you that you can see here that this is their organic result here. They're actually appearing quite high organically, and you can see in their title tag, the description, you see they're a Beverly Hills cosmetic surgeon and a Los Angeles plastic surgeon. So they want to try to capture both of those through their organic. But if we go one step further, and we look here that the number of keyword searches from Google for plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills, which is this part of their title tag, close to 12,000 searches, local monthly searches. If we actually did a search for plastic surgeon Beverly Hills, we'll see that the page, they're nowhere to be found. And this is something that the business owner is like, oh my God, how do I deal with this? How you deal with this, very simply, pay-per-click. Grab those keywords, throw them into your keyword batch, and you actually are running, and you're showing up for all of those types of keywords that you may not be showing for organically. Make sense? Why PPC? I think visually it tells the story. SEO, important, have to do it. New way of doing it, have to think about that investment, what that means, but it has to be done. Search engine marketing, a lot broader reach. Instant gratification, when you actually are running your AdWords campaign or on Google or on Bing or on Yahoo, it's up, it's running. You're getting clicks, you're getting calls right away. You don't have to worry, wait, figure it out. What businesses are actually successful in doing it online? Every business. Really, I don't see any businesses exempt from it. Everybody's doing pay-per-click, and more every day. It's very competitive in Los Angeles. You can do precise keyword targeting. You can track and adjust, make changes along the way, control your budget, all of those kinds of things that ultimately give you the maximum amount of control for your marketing dollar. And again, if we go back to the buying funnel, we realize that if you need your phone to ring, and I'm going to kind of bring it back around to the original part of this, which is I as a business owner need my phone to ring, then you quickly realize that doing paid search marketing offers you the best chance to get the broadest reach and your phone to ring the fastest. So at the end of the day, the summary is quite simple. It's a balanced approach. I mean, ultimately, you need to respect SEO. You need to do it. You need to get a social media plan put together so you can begin to capture, if you will, all of that great traffic that's coming in. Manage your reputation online, hugely important. In fact, Mark Russikow, actually, he's an attorney, obviously, and he has a Facebook fan page. You're probably saying, no, I'm an attorney, I don't need a Facebook fan page. Mark has a Facebook fan page. And maybe, some attorneys are trying to feel their way through what that really means and how they're going to use it. But the fact of the matter is, it is extremely important, and Mark is taking a step, and he's actually acquiring a great number of fans. So if you don't think that Facebook fan page is for you, think again, because it is. It really is.